If you guys have been taking L after L on the Nike sneakers app, don't worry. In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to actually cop. And before we get into it, if you don't know who I am, my name is Hunter or UnlimitedCop. I make videos going over botting sneakers, botting streetwear, reselling sneakers, and a whole bunch of other items. If you guys have not seen some other videos, I would definitely suggest checking them out. Now in this video guys, I'm going to be breaking down how you guys can actually cop shoes off Nike sneakers. We're going to be going over how to do it 100% manually, no bots required, and then we're also going to be going over how to get started botting Nike sneakers and be successful with it. So as always guys, if you do enjoy this video or I help you guys out in any way, please be sure to leave a like down below and hit the subscribe button for more content. Without any further ado, let's just hop right into it. Now before we get into everything, I want to talk about a little bit what Nike sneakers actually is. If you guys don't know what Nike sneakers is, you probably should. Just do a little research. Nike sneakers is a website and an app Nike developed to kind of combat bots, combat resellers from getting all the pairs. Simply all it is just an app on your phone and a website that you guys can go to on a certain time. Usually 10 a.m. EST is when they'll drop the sneakers. Nike has two different release systems. The first is going to be a draw and the second is going to be first come first serve, also known as a Leo. Now for the draw guys, it's pretty much just a lottery system. You do have to be pretty lucky to actually hit those, but there are some tips and tricks that I'll be going over later in this video to help you guys increase your chances. And then for the first come first serve, also known as a Leo, they're pretty much going to give everybody 1 to 3 minutes to actually enter the draw. It really is just a draw, but it's a lot shorter than a real draw. So they're going to get 1 to 3 minutes to actually enter, and then they're going to randomly start picking people to actually check out the shoe. Obviously, if Nike did it like a true first come first serve, like the first person in got to buy the shoe, bots would be way faster than a human would, so bots would eat all the stock. So this is kind of Nike's way of combating that. In my opinion, I mean, it works. Sometimes it works. I don't know. Bots are always going to get pairs. I mean, that's just the way it is. Bots are always going to have some trick or some way to get pairs. So in my personal opinion, if you can't beat them, join them. But it's definitely not impossible for manual users to get pairs on Nike sneakers. So that pretty much sums up Nike sneakers. Honestly, guys, it's not really too hard. It's pretty much just a website or app you guys go to buy sneakers. But if you have any more questions about it, be sure to leave a comment down in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to answer you guys. So we're going to be breaking this video down into two different sections. The first is going to be a manual user. The second is going to be botting. Now, if you guys are brand new to like sneakers in general and you don't know what the Nike sneakers app is, I would not suggest getting into botting right away. Definitely just download the app, go for a couple releases at least, and then maybe pick up your hand at botting. But definitely don't just rush out there and buy thousands of dollars of bots to try to get these sneakers. Ease into it a little bit till you know what you're doing, and then you can invest some money into it. Unfortunately guys, there's not really too many things you can do as a manual user. There's really only about two main things, I guess. And both of these are pretty much common sense. I mean, the only real way to increase your chances as a manual user is to increase the amount of entries that you guys have. Now, all the entry is just you going on your phone and entering the draw. So let's say you have one phone, you enter on the draw, that's one entry. If you have two, that's two entries, and so forth. I personally have two phones, so obviously I'll put both of those into the draw or the Leo. And then I have my mom's phone, my sister's phone, my dad's phone, pretty much anybody's phone that I can get a hold of. I'll make an account on their phone and verify the phone number with their phone number. And then on the release day, I'll get everybody's phones together and like enter all the releases at once. Now, there are a couple different things you guys have to watch out for whenever you are doing this. The first is going to be make sure you're not on the same network. If you're all on the same network and you have like 10 phones on the same Wi-Fi or whatnot, Nike's going to catch on to that. So definitely be sure if you have like LTE or if you have a hotspot, put as many different phones on as many different networks as you can. Otherwise, Nike's going to see that you guys are all sending the same signal from the same network and most likely filter out your entries. The second thing you're going to watch out for is obviously don't have the same billing information at all. Jig all your profiles, use different credit cards, different emails, different phone numbers, all that good stuff. A little bit later in this video, I'm going to go over how to jig your profiles and all that good stuff. But if you want a more in-depth video, links down in the description to a full video. I think it's like 10 minutes just going over how to jig your profile so you don't get filtered out. And the last thing you guys obviously need to look out for is don't be on the same Nike sneakers account. I mean, that's pretty obvious. Hopefully you would know that, but just make different accounts with different phone numbers on each phone. So like obviously your mom has a different phone number than your dad. So just make different accounts with different numbers. That's pretty much what I do on all the releases, especially if it's really hyped. I'll get like as many people's phones as I possibly can. And even before the release, I'll have all my friends like put in their information on the Nike sneakers app on their phones. I'll give them 100, 200 bucks depending on the shoe if they actually get it. But make sure they're buying the right shoe if you guys are doing that so you don't have any incidents. Now the next thing you guys can do as a manual user is simply just have more Nike sneakers accounts. Now option A is to buy a bunch of different Nike sneakers accounts online. You can do that that, probably not going to be as successful as the numbers on those accounts aren't going to be as quality as the ones like from a phone number from a friend. And option 2 is the one I personally suggest, and that is going to be just get all your friends together, or literally anybody you know. Just have these people make a Nike sneakers account with their phone number, send you that account, and that's all you have to do. Now on the release day, you're going to want to have either a VPN on your phone, a VPN on your computer, or Proxy, something of that type that you can switch networks on so Nike doesn't see that you're coming from the same place. And then on the release day, either have a bunch of different Chrome users open, or be on your phone and be signing out of those Nike sneakers accounts and putting each account on a different network, obviously different profile information, different email, all the good stuff, same as if you were going from like your mom's phone. Just make sure all the information on the account's different, it's on a different IP when it's entering the Leo or the draw, and then you'll be good to go. This one is a little bit harder because if it is a Leo, you're not going to have as much time to like sign out of every single account. What I would personally suggest doing is being on your desktop, having a bunch of different VPNs on a bunch of different Chrome users, already logged into Nike sneakers, so all you have to do is just enter the Leo or enter the draw and you'll be good to go. So those are really the two main things you guys can do, whether you are asking your friends or whatever to make accounts for you and sending you those accounts, or you're having all your family members and friends enter the release. I mean, it really comes down to how many entries you guys can get into the release. You obviously aren't going to be able to get like a super crazy amount of shoes with those. Maybe you're getting 1 to 2 every single release, but if you are consistently getting them, that is what you want. If you guys are trying to get 10s, 20s, hundreds of pairs of shoes every single release, you are going to have a bot for that. But even having a bot at that point, it's going to be really hard to even get 10s to 20s of pairs of shoes. Those are my two main suggestions if you are going manual on Nike sneakers. Now the next thing I want to touch upon is 100% speculation. I really don't have any evidence to back this up. It's simply just what I've seen, what I've heard in my past couple of years going on Nike sneakers. So from what I've seen, if you have more activity on Nike sneakers, whether you're just going on the app to look at random shoes, you're voting on the little polls that they have, or you're actually like buying shoes that are just like sitting on the app, I've seen those people have more success than people that just get on the app every single release. I don't have any proof or anything to back that up, like I said, but it might be worth, if you're bored, just like sitting on Nike sneakers and giving some activity on the app, so then you have a more trustworthy score or something of that nature, to hopefully have more success. Like I said, guys, I have nothing to back this theory up. It's simply just what I've seen. So if you guys have more activity on the app, or you randomly go on there to look on sneakers and you have more success, leave a comment down below and let me know. I'm really curious about that. So that's pretty much going to wrap us up for the manual side of things. There's not really too much you can do as a manual user, unfortunately. So if you guys do want to consistently hit shoes, like I said before, you are going to have to look into botting. Botting isn't just like getting a sneaker bot, putting it on a computer and just running it and getting hundreds of pairs of shoes. It's going to take time to learn it, learn what you're doing wrong, see what you're doing right, and go from there. So in this video, I'm breaking it down to the 4 main things you guys need to get started. The first is obviously going to be a sneaker bot. The second is going to be proxies. Thirdly, we're going to need profiles. And lastly, we're going to need Nike sneakers accounts. So in terms of bots, guys, honestly, there's only really one good Nike sneakers bot on the market right now, and that is going to be the Shipbot or TSB. I know the name can sound kind of weird, but guys, this is definitely the best Nike sneakers bot in my opinion. I don't have any affiliation with them or not getting paid or anything to say that. I've seen literally people that just started botting hit with it, and I myself have personally had good success with it. The Shipbot is retailing at $300. Unfortunately, I do think it is out of stock right now. So if you want to pick up a copy, you're either going to have to pay resale, or you're going to have to find it in a group buy in one of your cook groups. Little shameless promo, guys, if you need a cook group, I have one, Saber.io, links down in the description below. I think we've had like 4, 5, maybe 6 TSB group buys, so we do them pretty regularly. Obviously, you don't have to join just my group. We're not the only group that gets GBs, so definitely do your own research and see which group works best for you. The next thing we need are going to be proxies. Proxies are super important, guys, when it comes to Nike sneakers, because Nike can easily filter out low quality IP addresses. If you don't know what a proxy is, for time's sake of this video, I'm not going to be going over it. I'll leave a link down in the description below to a whole video going over proxies, every single proxy type there is, and pretty much everything you guys need to know. But there are really 2 main proxies for Nike sneakers. The first is going to be an ISP, or Internet Service Provider proxy. All that says, guys, is just an ISP IP on a server hosted in the data center. If you guys watched my last video, I explained that a little bit more in depth, but like I said, complete video in the description below. So since it is on a server in a data center, it's going to have really good speeds, but also have that trustworthy score because it is an ISP IP. The next proxy type we have is a residential proxy. These are going to be IPs hosted in a residential area like your home. These are going to be a little bit slower, but they do have that trustworthy score like an ISP does. Residentials are going to be a lot cheaper because you don't have to pay per IP that you have, you pay per data usage. So if you are on a budget, that might be the one to go for you. But in my opinion, guys, ISPs work a lot better on Nike sneakers. Little shameless promotion also, Noble Proxies, my new proxy company, has ISPs that have been shredding Nike sneakers. Literally, I don't think we've missed a past release with these proxies. Like, and obviously like not one person, but like I've given them to 4 or 5 people, and 1 to 2 out of those people have hit their release every single time. Obviously, it's not just proxies that they're using, but proxies play a huge role in that. Obviously guys, just like groups, there are literally hundreds of proxy providers out there. Do your own research. You might want to use a mix of providers, see which one works best for you. So now that we have our bot and we have our high quality proxies, guys, please don't use bad quality proxies. If you have bad quality proxies but a good bot and good accounts, it really doesn't matter because the proxies are going to get your accounts filtered out. The next thing we are going to need are profiles. Profiles are really vital whenever you are Nike sneakers because obviously you can't have one profile and run it on hundreds of thousands of accounts. Personally guys, I like to run 1-to-1 profile to account ratio. I've seen people run 1-to-3, 1-to-5. I've had the most success with 1-to-1. But if you don't have too many profiles, I would probably suggest running 1-to-3 profiles. Just like proxies guys, I have a whole video going over how to make profiles and jig them correctly. I'll have a video linked down in the description below to that. Personally, what I like to do on sneakers is put 3 random characters in front of my address. So if your address is 123 Street Way, I don't know, you'll do XYZ 123 Street Way, right? Like you'll do random characters in front of that. If you guys want to be extra safe, I like to put an apartment number or a suite number in the address line 2 place. So let's say your address is 123 Street Way also. You can do XYZ 123 Street Way, and then in the line 2 you'll put like apartment 3, right? So something like that to throw off Nike, but it can still be read by the mail carrier. As far as credit cards go guys, you're gonna have to have different credit cards for every single profile. So if you guys don't have a bunch of hard cards, I would definitely suggest using privacy.com. I know I talked about this in my last video, but Privacy is a great virtual credit card website you guys can use. It'll allow you to hook up your bank account and have multiple virtual credit cards from it. So the very last thing you guys are going to need when you are buying Nike sneakers are Nike accounts. Nike accounts are super important. You guys need the highest quality accounts you guys can possibly find. Otherwise, Nike's going to be able to find those cheap accounts and filter them out very easily. Honestly, guys, what it really comes out to with Nike sneakers is how good you guys can hide your accounts so Nike doesn't find them and filter them out. So make sure you have those good proxies, you have those good accounts, you have your profiles jigged correctly, and you should be good to go. But as far as accounts goes, guys, make sure you're using USA high quality verified accounts. Personally, I have a private provider that I can't really say in this video, but definitely do your own research. I know there are literally hundreds of account providers out there. They're definitely in Botmart. You're probably even searching on Google and definitely on Twitter. What I would suggest doing, guys, is buying a couple different accounts from a couple different people, whether it's packs of 25, packs of 50, running all those accounts and seeing which ones have the most success. And then you guys can obviously buy the better accounts that are actually hitting. But guys, just like proxies, please don't like cheap out on these accounts. Accounts are just as important as the bot, proxies, and profiles, if not the most important thing you guys have. Because like I said before, if you use cheap accounts, you're not gonna have good success, if any success at all. Alright guys, so now that we have the ship bot, we have our high quality proxies, we have our profiles jigged and ready, and we have our high quality Nike sneakers accounts. Let's hop onto my computer and I'm going to show you guys how to successfully set up the ship bot and how I personally run on release day. Alright guys, so as you can see, we're on my computer now. Once you have TSP installed, it's pretty much easy to set up. It's pretty plug and play if I'm being honest. The first thing you guys are going to want to do is obviously paste in your accounts in the accounts tab. Really easy to do. All you want to do is hit new account. Paste in all your accounts right here, hit create new account, and then you guys will see them down in this area right here. Obviously you guys can't see my accounts because I don't want you to take them, but they're shown right here. You guys can also come over here and test your accounts. Be sure you have cookies and proxies in before you do this, otherwise you're going to get all your accounts clipped. But later in this video I'll show you guys how to come back and do this. So first thing is to paste your accounts in right there. Next, import your profiles or make your profiles. Really easy to do, guys. You can make your profiles right here. You can put in all your information, or if you have like AYCD or something, you can import them with this. If you guys have AYCD or like Essentials or something like that, you can simply just click the import button and import them like that. Now once you've done that, simply just paste in your proxies. This is also super easy to do. All you do is create a new proxy list, name the proxy list, and then just paste in your proxies right here. From there, you guys are pretty much good to go. You have everything set up right now. Now once you guys have your accounts, profiles, and proxies in, you're going to want to come over to the cookie jar. Now if you're testing your account, you can gen cookies right now. Simply just go to the cookie jar, start the little play button right here, and it'll start generating cookies. You guys can either generate on your local host, which means like on your actual computer's IP, or you can use the proxies in your proxy list right here. For the sake of the video, I'm just going to gen a couple cookies so I can test a couple of these accounts and show you guys. So if you guys want to test your accounts, I would probably generate as many cookies as accounts as you guys have. Simply just come over here, hit the play button on your account. As you can see, it'll log in, and this account is invalid. Definitely need to switch it out and see what's going on with that. If it is valid, guys, you'll see it say Gucci right here and in a green font. And that's pretty much all you have to do if you want to check your Nike sneakers accounts. I would definitely suggest not testing them very often. Honestly guys, I don't even know if I would test them at all. If you know your accounts are good, you don't have to keep testing them every single week. That's how you get them clipped. Now let's go into actually setting up a task for a release. Just click the new task button up here, select your region, paste in the product that you guys are going to want to cop, click on the actual shoe you want. As you can see, there's a boy size down here and a men's size. I personally leave the sizing blank so it can have random sizes. I use all my profiles, I use my good proxy list, and then I'm going to use all my accounts. Now, if you guys just bought your Nike sneakers account, you are going to want to refill the Nike info. You won't have to do this every single time. Just the first time you use them, you'll have to refill the info. Next is hit create task, and then you'll see all these tasks created right here. Then like an hour before the actual release, you're going to want to start generating your cookies and slowly starting your task. Personally, what I do is start generating my cookies about an hour before the actual release, and then I'll start in batches of 10 on my sneakers accounts. So you can just hold shift, go to 10 accounts, and then hit select started accounts. Obviously not going to do that because I'm not trying to get my accounts clipped, but that's what you guys would do. So once these start and once those are waiting for the release, you can go into next 10 and just simply go from there. That's all you guys are going to want to do whenever you are setting up. Once you guys get all your accounts started, you'll wait for the release to actually happen and hope for the best. Obviously guys, you can go a little bit more in depth in this. If you do get the shit bot, they have complete guides on everything you guys need to know. So if you do get it, definitely sure to check out those guides. Okay, so unfortunately my camera cut out. I don't know what's happening. It keeps cutting out. So it's next day actually, so I have different clothes on or whatever. But if you guys did enjoy this video, please be sure to leave a like down below, hit the subscribe button for more content, and definitely be sure to check out some other videos. Also be sure to follow my Twitter, my Instagram, my Snapchat. All the good stuff is linked down in the description below. Also guys, I am working on like a complete master course and a beginner like sneakers course. None of that like bullshit that the other people do that like they're selling it to you for thousands of dollars and giving you no value.
Share my garage.
This is gonna have a lot of value in it, and it's pretty much gonna be like everything that I personally know in this sneaker game. So I will keep you guys updated on when that's dropping and all that good stuff. But other than that guys, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I'm UnlimitedCop and I'm out.